Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, on behalf of the Committee on Civil Service and Governmental Organization, joint with the Committees on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs and Finance, this public hearing is hereby called to order. And the agenda for today's hearing would be read into the records by the Committee Secretary, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For today's public hearing of the Committee on Civil Service and Government Organization, jointly with the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs and Finance, we have 5 matters in our agenda. The first 4 pertains to professional regulatory measures, and I'm referring to the following: Senate Bill number 698, an act regulating the practice of pharmacy in the Philippines, authored by Senator Chis Escudero. The other one, Senate Bill number 378, regulating the practice of pharmacy in the Philippines, authored by Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada. Then we have Senate Bill number 698, an act regulating, Senate Bill number 993, regulating the practice of chiropractic care in the Philippines, by the chairman, Senator Trillanes IV. And the other one is Senate Bill 1167, regulating the practice of criminology profession in the Philippines, also by the chairman, Senator Trillanes IV. And the last one pertains to the enhancing public services. And I'm referring to Senate Bill number 497, entitled An Act Mandating the Use of Transaction Windows and Creation of E-Services in all government agencies, minimizing opportunities for the commission of bribery and other corrupt practices and for other purposes, also by the chairman, Senator Antonio Trillanes IV. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Committee Secretary. So, first, let's tackle Senate Bill number 497, Transaction Windows. Can we get the position of the DFA as represented by Director Von Ryan Pangwi, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Regarding the DFA's position for Senate Bill 497, at least in the case of the DFA currently, at least in Metro Manila, when it comes to passport appointments, we actually have an appointment system in place, at least in the Metro Manila area. And the DFA is actually planning to expand this service nationwide by 2016, and maybe in our foreign service post by 2016, as we actually move forward to a new e-passport system during that time. Now, when it comes to the e-payment system, currently the Department of Foreign Affairs, at the Passport Division of the Department of Foreign Affairs, does not have any provision, any service regarding e-payments. But however, in our future e-passport system by 2016, we plan to incorporate the option of people, when they actually go apply for the passports, to actually pay through electronically through land bank.
So, in other words, you're not opposing this bill. The DFA is not opposing this bill.
We are not opposing this bill.
But you're not necessarily applying it also, right?
Currently, right now, we are not applying it, except when it comes to appointment systems, at least when it comes to lining up. However, when it comes to the creation of an e-payment system, the DFA is actually negotiating for the creation of such a system, sir.
But you understand the wisdom of this bill? Nakita nyo ba yung pila dyan sa office nyo, sa consular office nyo?
Yes, sir. We understand po yung nangyayari po. So that's the main reason po na ginagawa namin po yung sistemang ito para eventually po, for convenience po ng mga kliyente po natin, ma-minimize na po yung mga pila na nangyayari. That is one thing we want to avoid.
Okay. So, meron din kayo sa regional offices for the issuances of passports?
Yes, actually, so the issuance of passport, actually all foreign service posts, yung mga regional consular offices namin, at yung mga satellite offices po namin dito sa malls, we actually Diyan po pinoprocess yung mga pasaporte natin, sir. However, when it comes to sa current setup po namin, dito po lang sa Metro Manila, meron po kaming online appointment system in place. However, in the future, we're actually under negotiations na i-expand po yung appointment system for the convenience of our clients nationwide, and eventually sa foreign service post namin para ma-avoid na po yung mahabang pila. At the same time po, for the convenience of our clients, that is the main reason why at least ang effort po ng DFA ngayon is to actually put our regional consular offices and all our offices sa malls. Actually, it's more convenient in those areas, mas malamig. It's actually mas komportable. Ang aim po namin dito is yung comfort po ng ating mga kliyente sa pagproseso ng pasaporte.
Okay, thank you very much, Director Pangwi. Can we get the position of DOJ, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Subject to the submission of our official position paper, Your Honor, we would like to seek clarification on some wordings of the bill. Yet, Your Honor, may I call your attention on Section 4? It says queuing system and client's lounge. Could it be that you're referring to the word queue, which is QUEUING, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yes. So,
we're not yet in the
yes.
period of amendments, but we take note of your that you took note of
Yes.
the typo error.
I'm sure it's
But
a typo errors.
Does the DOJ agree?
Initially, Your Honor, we don't have any legal or constitutional objection. But again, I
Okay.
manifest that
Okay, ganito,
subject
no?
to that.
Attorney Ragsak.
Mhm.
Nakikita nyo ba yung mga pumipila sa inyo sa NBI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How do you feel pag nakikita nyo sila?
Sir, Your Honor, I think the management of NBI is doing something with regard to the queuing system right now.
Hindi lang yung queuing system Attorney Ragsak. The very wisdom of getting an NBA clearance in the first place. Bakit kailangan pa ba yan? Why not just require the employers to email you the names of applicants, then you can email back whether they're cleared or not, and spare the public from that unnecessary expense. Biruin mo, the whole day pipila o umaga, madaling araw tapos aalis sila ng hapon. Ngayon we're living in this age na digitalized na then tayo gusto pa rin natin yung papel-papel. I'm just sure may kumikita dyan and wag ganon. Yun ang isipin nyo, how you can do away with that requirement to begin with. Na sino pa bang agency yung humihingi ng NBI clearance? Mga employers, right? Then just shoot out a memo that you're not going to issue NBI clearances anymore. Then let the employers email NBI directly so that you will communicate with them through email also. So that spares everybody all the hassle. Okay? So yun yung kailangan nyo tignan. Okay? So next we move to ICT office, Mr. Salvador.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Well, we have several comments. First is that we have been renamed as ICT office as a byproduct of the reorganization, merging the original Commission on ICT, the National Computer Center, and the Telecommunications Office that was previously under the DOTC. So we are now named ICT Office. It was issued in June 23, 2011 under EO number 47. And on Section 7 on the e-services provision, wherein the draft bill requires the government agencies to have the websites with the with the following information to be mandatory, like the official name, the mandate, mission. All these informations are currently being required as part of the official government website template, which is also an implementation of Administrative Order number 39 that was issued last July 2013. This is also as the government's response on securing the government websites, wherein all government agencies covered by the Administrative Order are required to make use of the hosting services to be provided by the ICT office. And currently we have we have 183 government websites under the production server and 139 government websites that are undergoing migration in the development web server. And also on the provision on Section 7, wherein shall be accessible to the general public without charge, we would like to be enlightened whether it refers only on accessing the websites or also in accessing the online services, because we know for a fact that some government online services may be given without any cost, but there are other online services which requires payment. So we'd like to be clarified on that.
Okay. I would like to ask you first, Mr. Salvador, if you are in agreement with the rationale behind this bill.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
In fact, we support it, and also we are also part of the reduction of Anti-Red Tape Act, and putting the government services online is one of the means that we are also pursuing.
Okay, thank you very much. As regards the proposals or some inputs that you have given to this committee, be assured that this is not the final, as in all bills. This is practically a working draft just to get the wisdom and the idea and the concept out so that it can be debated on by the stakeholders. But if we are in agreement with the wisdom behind the bill, then we can move to the next step, which is the technical working group, wherein you can incorporate all the inputs that you wish to include in this bill. Then after that, we will submit the committee report for the body to approve. So we welcome this position paper that you submitted, and in time you'll be able to discuss all these provisions, Mr. Salvador. Okay.
Thank you very much, and we would like to volunteer for that at TWG.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I ask Miss Sureska? Yeah, what's the office?
Your Honor,
you're
Miss
with
Diane Sureska and Miss Madonna Estrellas are also with me from the ICT office.
Okay, thank you. Let's now move over to the PNP. Police Superintendent Aligayo. Sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. We are in agreement, and we do not find anything that's wrong with the proposed bill, and in fact, sir, we are going to look at it and have it implemented in the PNP.
Okay, thank you very much, Superintendent Aligayo. So we understand what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make the delivery of government services more efficient. In some cases, we are removing the fixers by having these transaction windows. They'll just submit the documents in one window, they'll check it for completeness, then they pay to another window. So we take out that layer of the bureaucracy by making it more efficient. Corruption is lessened, and in the case of NBI, we do away with the whole NBI clearance thing. Anyway, nadadaya ho eh. Napapagawa rin lang naman. So might as well go directly through email to NBI hotline email. So it spares everybody ng perwisyo. Di ba ho, nakikita natin yung mga nakapila sa yun sa amin dito sa may Marcos Highway, doon sa overpass hanggang sa magtataka sa saan sila pinipilahan nila, hindi naman manonood ng sine. Pero ganun until the afternoon. Tapos tinitingnan natin, it doesn't change. Tapos nung nalaman ko na NBI clearance, bakit sabi ko, sino bang humihingi ng NBI clearance? Yung passport, wala tayong magagawa. They'll have to personally appear, right? Pero yung sa inyo, pwede yun eh. Just push for it. Kaysa i-impose sa inyo na tanggalin nyo na yan, then kayo get the idea, let the idea emanate from your office. Okay?
Your Honor, would you like to get also the position of the NBI on the matter? Maybe we could relate to.
Hindi ba kayo under ng Hindi ba
yes.
under sila sa inyo?
Maybe we can get their comments also.
When you appeared in this committee, Attorney Ragsak, it is presumed that you are speaking on behalf of the whole department.
Okay, Your Honor.
So, ganun yun.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll convey that to the Secretary,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Thank you. So, with that, the respective resource persons for Senate Bill number 497 is hereby informed that we will be scheduling a technical working group at a later date to flesh out further the details of this particular bill and come up with a more refined bill that would address the different concerns of the different agencies. With that, you are excused. Thank you. Okay. We now move over to Senate Bill number 1167, or Philippine Criminology Profession Act of 2013. May we call on Professor Mr. Jerry Canyo, Professor of Criminology.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, please.
Our association is in full support of the measure being sought, Your Honor. And with that, all other specific details, the specific provisions of the law, we would like to also volunteer to join in the technical working group.
Thank you very much, Mr. Canyo. Let's now move to Miss Love Bautista. Lovely ka, Bautista.
Good afternoon, Senator. We recognize, we acknowledge the need to upgrade and modernize the criminology law. It is already 40 years old. And the new provisions incorporated in the bill, we also give our concurrence. However, there are certain provisions also in the bill which we need further study.
Miss Lourdes Aniceto, ma'am.
Board of Criminology, we would like to give our full accord with the move to repeal Republic Act 6506, considering that this was enacted way back in 1972. And we have to consider the advance of technology as well as modernization and the needs of the efficient services in this field. So we are very willing to be of help in the technical committee, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Aniceto. Attorney Ragsak, ma'am.
Sir, again, we interpose no constitutional or legal objection initially, Your Honor, but there are certain sections that we think should be reconsidered, Your Honor, for the technical working group.
I understand that all of this would be incorporated in your position paper.
Yes, Your Honor.
The position papers of all the other organizations are hereby welcomed or requested, so that we can already come up with a working draft that already considered your initial inputs. Okay. So initially you are not interposing an objection,
Yes, sir, in essence, Your Honor.
but eventually
There are certain sections that we need clarification, Your Honor, especially on some grounds for disqualification. And, Your Honor, one thing that I think should be raised right now is the one provided in Section 35, wherein it, in essence, states that registered criminologists shall enjoy priority of appointment and shall not be required to take qualifying or entrance examinations enumerating there in the various government agencies. So, Your Honor, we have certain reservation on this because, as we all know, in all offices, whether in the government or private sector, there are certain criteria in the selection of employees, and the provision is quite broad, Your Honor, that it would appear in the provision that they can enter the agency without undergoing any qualifying examination. So that's the initial issue right now, Your
okay,
Honor.
that's fair enough. Anything else, Tony Egsa?
There are minor things, Your Honor, like I'm not sure if it would
Minor? So later on na lang.
like definitions or some
Okay.
things like that, Your Honor.
Sige, sige. With that, we move over to Chief Superintendent Desquitado. Sir, can we get the side of the PNP?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Your Honor. The Philippine National Police is in full agreement with the wisdom and the noble intention of this Senate Bill 1167, and we are supporting for the passage of this bill. But however, as to certain specifics, we are also volunteering ourselves to be part of the technical working group, and so that we could be of help in the crafting of the specific provisions, as what Attorney Ragsak have also mentioned, that the PNP also has its own criteria in selecting the best of the best from to join our ranks, and also considering the subjects for the licensure examination, and being a director of the training and doctrine development, we also have some significant recommendations that subjects, especially on communications and leadership, that should be included in the subjects for criminologists, because as in Section 34, the privileges, he will be eligible up to the rank of superintendent, and the rank of superintendent is already a chief of police of big municipalities and cities, and as such, he should be at least adept in with his communications and leadership skills. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. All the, at least the major stakeholders have been consulted, and everybody seems to agree with the wisdom and rationale behind Senate Bill 1167. As for the other provisions, there are some considerations, but I believe, being reasonable people, we will be able to find a common ground in during the technical working group meeting that we will set on a later date. So with that, we thank our resource persons, and they are excused. Yes, sir. Thank you. We now move to Senate Bill number 698 and Senate Bill 378 for the new pharmacy law. Wala. See? Okay. May we ask Director Peralta? Ma'am, can we get your position on the matter?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I'm the director of the Center for Device Regulation, Radiation Health and Research of the Food and Drug Administration of the Department of Health. Unfortunately, my boss, Acting Director General Dr. Kenneth Harticango, can't be here right now, so I have the task of presenting the position of the FDA and also the UH.
Yes, please, ma'am.
Well, Your Honor, we support the spirit of the bill, the two bills. However, we would like to make proposals vis-a-vis some changes. For example, there is a provision there where the pharmacist is supposed to be hired. It's mandated that the pharmacist be hired, even for medical device regulation, medical device establishments, and also for cosmetics establishments. We think, for example, for medical devices, Your Honor, a pharmacist would not be needed for devices like X-ray machines, tongue depressors, electroencephalograph machines, ECG machines. So an establishment is a company that manufactures, imports, distributes, or sells. And so it will not be appropriate to require that a pharmacist be hired by these companies.
Okay.
So
that's one.
One major.
Okay.
And
another one.
Another one, Your Honor. There is in the other bill a provision that all government and non-governmental institutions, establishments, agencies, etc., be headed by a pharmacist. Also, regulatory agencies. I think that's too broad, because what that means is even our own FDA should be headed by pharmacists, the Bureau of Quarantine, all our hospitals, etc. And of course, this is not appropriate. So we have proposals vis-a-vis those things, Your Honor.
Those inputs are duly noted, ma'am, and they are very valid. So we'll be asking you for some technical support
Yes,
to
Your
further improve the bill.
Yes, Your Honor.
May I acknowledge first the Senator Cynthia Villar, ma'am. Thank you very much for being here with us this afternoon. We now move to DOJ, Attorney Sahot. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Subject to the submission of our position paper, initially I would like to manifest that we find no legal objection to the regulation of the pharmacy in the Philippines, recognizing the vital role of the pharmacists in the healthcare services. However, Mr. Chair, upon evaluation of the provisions of the proposed bill, I would like to point out some provisions for clarifications. Like in Section 10, Paragraph L, regarding the delegation of the hearing, on the hearing of investigation of administrative cases, I would like to clarify to whom would be delegated with respect to the hearing or investigation of the administrative cases. Also, clarification with regards to the provision of Section 22, Paragraph E, with respect to found addicted to dangerous drugs is one of the grounds for non-registration. I would like to ask for clarification. Who would determine
Okay,
that
those are
one is found
Attorney Sahot,
addicted?
those are very valid questions that you're raising. But you started off by initially supporting
Yes, sir.
the general essence and spirit of the bill. So let's just end there for a moment, and we will just ask for your opposition paper.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
we will reconcile all these details
Yeah.
later on. Okay. So can I move now to Mr. Alberto again? Not Alberto ulit ito. Siya pa rin ba? Hindi na. Hindi na, no? Okay na to. So, yes, ma'am. Attorney Lovelica, please.
Thank you, Senator. May we inform this honorable committee that there is a bill that the PRC and the Board of Pharmacies is currently working on. Actually, it is on its approval stage already. However, upon perusing over the provisions of the bill, SB number 698, we find commonalities in the provisions of the two draft bills. So we are suggesting if it is possible to just harmonize or to reconcile the two versions of the bill, if it is possible, Your Honor.
Most definitely. Your all of you, the resource persons, the stakeholders, are the experts here. Your chairman, I'm just the conduit, and I won't be sponsoring anything that you won't agree on. And by the time that I get to sponsor this on the floor, I'd be asking for your wisdom as well as I defend this this bill on the floor with our other colleagues questioning it. So you can provide us that, attorney, and during the technical working group meeting, you can reconcile everything. Okay. Dr. Oliveros, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Senator. Yes, the Board of Pharmacy supports the move to repeal Republic Act 5921, which was enacted in 1969. And like what Attorney Bautista said here, we will be submitting position paper and then harmonize this with what has been submitted.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Oliveros. So we're able to consult all the stakeholders. I didn't find any major opposition. So we'll just move to the next step. Again, everybody's informed of the technical working group meeting. You'll be invited to provide us with the inputs or the concerns that you have raised here. So with that, you're excused. Ay, meron ho ba, Dr. Limuaco? Can you just state for the record if you're here pala hindi ko lang kayo kanitawag. Can you just state for the record if you're supportive of this bill, ma'am?
Yeah, yours truly is the new president of the Philippine Pharmacy Association, and we have been working on this law for quite some time. So we look forward really that eventually the law will be, or the bill will be passed into law because it has long been overdue. It has been prepared since 1969. It's 45 years and many changes already has happened and we don't want to be left behind.
Yes, ma'am.
So we look forward that through your leadership we will be able to get the approval of this law.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Thank
sir.
you, ma'am. So I understand, Miss Ocampo, ma'am, you share the same
Yes.
position. Okay. So we'll just see you in the technical working group meeting.
Okay.
So you're hereby excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
We now move to the last bill to be tackled this afternoon. This is Senate Bill 993, or the Act regulating the practice of chiropractic cure in the Philippines. So let's start with Miss Juris Triunfante. Um,
Good afternoon, Senator. Miss Juris Triunfante has just stepped out.
uh-huh.
I'm Attorney
Okay.
Santos.
Sige.
The position of our agency, PITAC, which is the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, support the wisdom of the proposed bill. The agency believes that there is really a need to regulate the practice of chiropractic in the Philippines. However, Mr. Chair, in the proposed bill, the composition of the board is more on the PRC. With the TAMA law, which created PITAC, the objective of the law is for the PITAC to formulate guidelines for the practice of traditional and alternative healthcare. Chiropractic is considered as a modality under the traditional and alternative healthcare, and we wish to be involved, to be part of the, or if it's possible that it's PITAC who will regulate or be recognized as the body who will regulate the practice of the chiropractic.
We will consider those proposals, but for now we'll just have to run through the different stakeholders, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Okay. Let's now ask Miss Lina Regis. Is it the same?
Yes.
Okay, the same, ma'am. Then Dr. Alcantara.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Joe Alcantara. I am representing the national organization, which is comprised of all of the registered chiropractors, foreign and local, in the Philippines. And we do support the bill, particularly the spirit of it. Of course, subject to certain amendments, little details that we can work out through the technical working group, which we would volunteer our assistance in that regard.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alcantara. Dr. Camara,
Yeah.
please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. No, I'm representing the National Certification Committee on Chiropractic, which started off as a technical working group on chiropractic, which was appointed by PITAC. And we started the initial process of registering existing practitioners of chiropractic, both Filipino and non-Filipino. We applaud the effort and we support the bill because the TAMA unfortunately lacks a regulatory component. And what we're seeing is the proliferation of unqualified chiropractors who put the general public at risk by making all sorts of extravagant health claims. They are, in essence, riding on the international popularity of chiropractic health care, deceiving the public for financial gain. So we would like to offer our services as part of the technical working group and support what the Honorable Senator has done to push this forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Camara. Miss Princess Lagman.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, senators. I'm Princess. I am representing Chiropractic Patients Federation in Asia, particularly here in the Philippines. And our association actually is here to support whatever advocacies the Chiropractors Association have.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Lagman. The PRC, ma'am.
Thank you, Senator. Actually, sir, this particular bill, SB number 993, was endorsed to two of our health boards, namely Board of Medicine and Board of Physical Therapy and Occupational Therapy. And offhand, their comment was that there's no provision in the bill on the scope of practice of chiropractic. So, actually, sir, this is relevant because this will be the basis of the boards, whether or not there will be an encroachment of a practice of an existing profession. So we are suggesting that if it's possible to incorporate or include in the bill a specific provision on scope of practice before we can comment on the bill.
Well, can you help us with that one, Attorney Bautista? Just to move this thing forward.
Sir, we are willing to cooperate, sir,
Okay.
to contribute, sir.
Of course, you'll be working on our specific timetable now, so we'll just be asking for the comments of PRC if they can provide us with that specific scope of work that you're asking for. Then it can expedite greatly these proceedings. Then, aside from that, you don't have any opposition?
Point of clarification, sir, for example, on the composition of the board being proposed by the bill, wherein one of the members must have no direct financial interest in the healthcare sector. We would want clarification on that, sir.
Again, just like all the bills that we filed, these are imperfect, and these are just concepts, basically, a working draft, so that you have something to work on. So we understand your concerns, and we would be glad to incorporate all these insights and reconcile also the concerns of the other stakeholders. Attorney Sahot, do you have anything? Initially, there is no...
Again, Mr. Chair, subject to the submission of our office.
Talagang hindi kayo mahabla kasi very safe pa. Sige.
Initially, we find no legal objection to the proposed bill. However, we also found some provision for clarification. Can I point one provision on?
Please.
Section 26, the injunction, the inclusion of the prosecution. The board may initiate the prosecution. May prosecute. So, prosecution of criminal offenses is vested with the National Prosecution Service. So that's one thing I am pointing it out. Pointing out here for clarification. So maybe it can be reconciled during the technical working group.
So,
Mr. Chair.
Pero may good faith naman dun sa aming bill. Okay. So, with that, ma'am, do you have any? Okay. So, for as long as everybody is on the same page and we are in agreement, then we can... Director Peralta. I forgot.
Thank you, Your Honor. Actually, I was here for the pharmacy bill, but I went through the one for the chiropractic. My question is there already an academic program for this field? Because usually the course comes before the practice is regulated. So is there already?
Can the
under
doctor answer? Anybody? Yes, please.
At this particular time, there is none. What we do have is a WHO guideline which was released in 2005 that specifically for developing countries, they recognize that chiropractic has something to offer in terms of traditional medicine. So they put together guidelines that define educational training in basic safety and in chiropractic. This has been adopted by the Department of Health, given to PITAC, and we established this certification committee. One of the members of our certification committee is a former director of CHED, Dr. Karen Castañeda, and she has helped us in terms of developing standards and in partnership with existing medical schools in the country. But to answer your question, at this particular time, there is not yet a training program available locally for chiropractic.
I think that can be used, the WHO reference that guideline that you mentioned can be used as a starting point in coming up with a formal educational program or academic program. I understand the concerns of Director Peralta, but right now, without this bill, you have all these pseudo chiropractics all over the place, and they may be doing more harm than good. So I believe it's in the interest of our country to have a regulatory body to look out for the qualifications and competence of this chiropractics. So, anything else, ma'am? Okay. So, with that, for as long as everybody's on the same page and we are in agreement, this bill can move forward. But if a stakeholder would raise a very serious matter that can hinder or make us give a second look on the wisdom of the bill, then we would have to reconsider. We'd have to step back. So with that, all our resource persons are invited for the technical working group meeting that will be set at a later date. Until then, thank you very much, and this committee hearing is hereby adjourned. Thank you.